Hello, everyone, and welcome back to English Every Day. I'm Jane.
And I'm David. We're so happy to be here with you today. It's always such a joy to share our English tips and talk with all of you.
Yes, David, it really is. Every time we come here, it feels like we're sitting down with friends from all over the world. Before we start our wonderful chat today, please remember to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. It really helps us a lot.
Exactly. Your support means the world to us. Thank you for being part of this English Everyday family.
So, David, today we have a super important topic to talk about. It's about something every English learner struggles with: training your mouth and your mind to speak in English.
Oh, Jane, I love this topic. It's one of the most common questions we get from our viewers. They always say, David, I understand English, I can read it, I can listen to it, but I can't speak.
Yes, that's such a common problem, isn't it? Many people understand English very well. They know lots of words. They can watch movies or listen to songs. But when it's time to speak, something happens. It feels difficult.
Why do you think that happens, Jane?
That's a really good question, David. Why do so many people understand English perfectly well, but when it's time to speak, everything freezes?
You know, Jane, I think it's because they never really train their mouth. It's like reading a book about driving. You understand all the rules, you know how the pedals and the wheel work, but you've never actually sat in the car and driven.
Oh, I love that comparison. So their brain knows, but their mouth doesn't. It's like the knowledge is locked in the head, but the body hasn't practiced enough to let it out.
Exactly. Your brain might understand English words, grammar, even pronunciation rules, but your mouth hasn't done enough repetitions to make it feel natural.
So you mean it's not really about how smart someone is, it's more like a physical habit.
Yes, exactly. It's not about intelligence. It's about muscle memory. Our mouths are made of muscles, right? And muscles only learn through movement, through practice.
That's a fun way to see it. When you go to the gym, you don't just think about lifting weights. You actually lift them. You move, you sweat, and your body remembers.
Yes, and you don't go to the gym once and expect strong arms the next day. You go again and again, little by little, and one day you realize you're stronger. Speaking English works the same way. Your mouth needs time to train and to remember how to make new sounds.
So when people can understand English but can't speak it, it doesn't mean they're bad at languages.
Right. It just means their mouth hasn't practiced enough yet. The brain already knows, but the mouth still needs to catch up.
Wow, that makes it sound so much easier, doesn't it? Because that means anyone can learn to speak, as long as they start training their mouth little by little.
Exactly, Jane. It's not about being perfect. It's about creating muscle memory, teaching your mouth to form English sounds until it becomes natural.
That's such a comforting thought. So maybe the key isn't knowing more, but using what we already know.
Exactly. And that brings us to our next step, how to actually start training your mouth to speak English every day.
So, David, how can we actually start training our mouths to speak English naturally? Any special techniques?
Oh, absolutely, Jane. One of my favorite techniques and a very powerful one is called shadowing.
Shadowing. That sounds interesting. Is it like following a shadow?
Yes, in a way, you become the shadow of a native English speaker. Here's how it works. You listen to someone speaking English, maybe in a podcast or a video, and then you repeat exactly what they say, almost at the same time or just a moment after.
Ah, so you listen and repeat right away, like an echo.
Exactly. You try to copy their pronunciation, their rhythm, and their intonation. It's like you're an actor trying to sound exactly like the person you're listening to. You don't just say the words, you try to feel them.
That actually sounds like fun. So if I play a video and someone says, "Hello, how are you today?" I should say, "Hello, how are you today?" right after them, trying to sound the same?
Yes, that's perfect. And the most important part is don't stop. Even if you don't understand every word, just keep repeating the sounds. The goal is not to translate, it's to train your mouth to make those English patterns automatically.
Oh, that's brilliant. Because when you shadow, you're doing two things at once. You're listening carefully and speaking out loud at the same time.
Exactly. You're building a real connection between your ears, your brain, and your mouth. And the best part is, you can start with very simple things, short sentences, short videos, even children's stories. The key is to imitate.
So it's like we're copying the sound until our mouths learn to move in the same way.
Yes, exactly. You don't just learn English, you feel English. It becomes a sound, a rhythm, a movement. And when you repeat those sounds often, your mouth begins to remember them naturally.
That's such a great idea, David. It's simple, fun, and it works.
Exactly, Jane. And that's the beauty of shadowing. You don't need a teacher. You don't need a classroom. You just need your ears, your voice, and a few minutes a day.
So if you're listening right now, remember this. Don't just listen to English. Be the shadow. Repeat it. Feel it. That's such a powerful start, David. But once people get used to shadowing, what should they do next to keep improving their speaking?
Ah, that's the next secret, Jane. Daily repetition of simple English phrases.
So, David, after shadowing, what should people do next to keep improving their speaking?
Ah, that's the next big step, Jane. Daily repetition of simple phrases. Repeating short, common English phrases every single day is a total game changer.
A game changer? I love that word. But tell me more. Why does repeating simple phrases help so much?
Well, Jane, it's like a warm-up for your mouth. Just like athletes stretch before they run, English learners can warm up their speaking muscles by saying short, simple phrases aloud.
Oh, I see. Like, I can do it, or I'm ready, or let's go. Even simple phrases like good morning or thank you, right?
Exactly. And what makes it powerful is not the phrase itself, it's the habit. Every time you say these phrases, your mouth moves the English way. You train your tongue, your lips, your rhythm, and little by little, they start to move automatically.
That's such a comforting idea because sometimes people think they need to say complicated things to practice, but it's not true. Even simple words can unlock your voice.
Exactly. And you can make it fun. Say the phrases with emotion. If you're happy, say, I'm ready, with a big smile. If you're tired, say, I'm ready, in a slower voice. It connects the words with real feelings, and that makes your English sound more natural.
That's such a beautiful tip, David. Because when you add emotion, you're not just saying words, you're living them. And the more you do it, the easier it becomes.
Exactly. After a while, you don't even think about the phrases anymore. They just come out naturally. It's like learning the lyrics of a song. At first, you read them, but after a few times, you just sing without thinking.
So those little phrases, they become part of your English habit. And once you're comfortable with short ones, you can move on to longer sentences step by step.
Exactly, Jane. Every small phrase you repeat becomes one brick in the wall of your fluency. You're building something, slowly but surely.
That's so encouraging, David, because it means we can all start right now, even if it's just one simple phrase a day.
Yes, that's the magic of it, Jane. Just one phrase at a time, and your mouth learns more every day.
That's a wonderful daily habit. But I think there's one more step we shouldn't forget, right? The part where you actually speak out loud, even when you're alone.
Yes, that's my favorite part. Let's talk about it next.
So, David, the next step after repeating simple phrases every day is speaking out loud, even when you're alone, right?
Yes, that's my favorite one, Jane. It sounds a little funny, I know, but it's one of the most powerful ways to practice speaking English.
I can imagine someone talking to themselves in English while doing the dishes. But seriously, how does that help, David?
Well, Jane, when you speak out loud, even if no one is around, you're training your mouth, your tongue, and your confidence at the same time. You stop waiting for a perfect moment and you start creating one.
So it's like turning your home into your own English classroom.
Exactly. Your home can be your safe English zone. You don't have to be shy. There's no one to judge you. You can talk freely, make mistakes, laugh at yourself, and just let your voice move.
That actually sounds relaxing. And it makes sense because the more we speak aloud, the more natural it feels to use English in real life.
Exactly. You can talk about anything, your plans, your feelings, or what you're doing right now. For example, say, I am making coffee now. It smells so good. Or, I need to clean the house today. First, I'll clean the kitchen, then the bedroom.
That's cute. Or even, this is a book. It's read. It's on the table. It's so simple, but it builds real speaking confidence.
Yes, and the best thing is, you don't need a partner. You are your own best English partner. And since no one is correcting you, you can speak more freely without fear or pressure.
That's really beautiful, David, because it means we don't have to wait for anyone to practice. We can start anytime, anywhere.
Exactly. And here's the secret. Even if you make mistakes, your brain doesn't care. It's still learning, still building the connection between English words and real actions. It's like creating bridges in your brain. Sound to meaning, and meaning to action.
So just by talking out loud, we're already training both our mouth and our brain at the same time.
Yes, Jane. It's such a simple habit, but it changes everything. The more you speak out loud, the easier English flows out of you. And soon, you'll be surprised at how confident you sound.
That's so inspiring, David. So now that we've trained our mouths, how can we start training our minds to think in English too?
Ah, yes. That's the next step, Jane. Learning to think in English.
So, David, now that we've trained our mouths to speak, how can we start training our minds to think in English? It sounds hard, doesn't it?
It can sound hard, Jane, but really, it's just a process, step by step, little by little. You don't have to think about deep topics or complex sentences.
So not like, I wonder about the meaning of life, right?
Exactly, not yet. You start small. When you see a glass of water, think water. When you feel hungry, think I'm hungry. When it's cold, think it's cold.
So instead of translating from my first language, I just think directly in English.
Exactly. And it's okay if you don't know all the words. Just use what you already know. Later, you can add new ones, like I need to go to the store or the weather is nice today.
That actually sounds easier than I thought. Because sometimes we translate everything in our heads, and that makes speaking so slow.
Exactly. When you start to think in English, it changes your fluency completely. Your brain starts to work directly in English, like a fast highway without any stops for translation.
I love that image, a superhighway for your thoughts. So start with single words, then short phrases. And no pressure to be perfect.
Never. Just try. Every little bit helps. And soon, you'll notice your brain feels different, more connected to English, more natural.
So now we're training both the mouth and the mind. But what about making English part of our daily lives?
Oh, yes. That's the fun part. You see, English isn't just something you study. It's something you live.
Live? How can we live English, David?
By bringing it into your daily routine. For example, listen to short English podcasts while cooking, watch simple videos with subtitles, or read short news articles in English every morning.
I love English memes, right? I love English memes.
Exactly. Memes, songs, short videos, anything that keeps English around you. Even if you're not in an English-speaking country, you can still create your own English world at home.
So the more we surround ourselves with English, the more natural it becomes.
Right. Your brain gets used to hearing, seeing, and thinking in English without effort. That's how fluency grows, quietly, every day.
And I guess the secret is to stay consistent, right?
Yes, consistency is the real key. You don't need to study for hours. Just 5 minutes a day can change everything.
5 minutes? That's so simple.
It is. Think of it like going to the gym. 5 minutes every day is better than 5 hours once a month. Little steps every day build strong habits. And habits build skills.
That's beautiful, because it feels less like a big task and more like something we can actually enjoy.
Exactly. The goal is not to be perfect. It's to keep moving forward. Don't break the chain. Every day, a little bit of English. And your brain will say, okay, this matters. Let's keep learning.
That's such a wonderful reminder, David. Because sometimes we just need to celebrate our small wins. Even the courage to speak out loud is already a victory.
Yes, Jane. Your English voice matters. Don't wait to be perfect to start. Start now, and perfection will follow.
So, to everyone listening right now, remember this. Train your mouth, train your mind. Think in English, and live in English. Because the more you speak, the more your brain follows.
Exactly. Your brain will follow your mouth, always. So don't be afraid to speak. Speak first, and fluency will come.
This has been such a meaningful episode, David. I hope everyone learned something valuable today.
Me too, Jane. Remember, it's all about practice and consistency. You can do it.
Yes, you can. And don't forget to subscribe to English Every Day if you haven't yet. Share this video with your friends and tell us in the comments, what's one simple English phrase you'll start saying every day?
We love reading your comments. Thank you so much for joining us today.
See you next time on English Every Day.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Keep practicing and keep shining.